That's what they're calling it.
That's what I'm calling it because, well, Mandy made a video where she was on like Instagram Live like a week ago. Because these Twitter spaces have had a lot of people that are Joe's enemies, it's like Joe's ops are linking up. You know, Rocky Thunder, Danny from the Stop, Rory, Mal, Tax. Oh yeah, that's the.
This is a very long list.
Yeah, long story short, I made it. What's interesting, well, this is kind of funny. I made a list of victims that Joe Budden has just because I thought it was kind of funny.
Victims is a crazy word.
Victim is a crazy word, and to be fair,
because you know it's Joe Budden we talk about.
The list does say a list of Joe Budden's victims,
but we get
not
the point.
all these people are victims, but
nor women.
But yeah, I got Rory, Rocky Thunder, Danny from the Stop, Ish at one point, 𝔓𝔦𝔑, but they don't speak on each other, so they move past it. Mal, same thing, doesn't speak on each other. Mandy, she's coming back. She's inching back towards Joe by defending him, saying, I can't believe Joe Budden's ops linked up. I don't know if she's coming back, but whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying. Peter Rosenberg, Marissa Mendez, Taxstone, Adam22. Somebody had a complex and Spotify. I don't know who added that.
I did that. I mean, you was talking about enemies of Joe Budden. I was like, who's some businesses that don't like this nigga?
Yeah, bruh. So, going back, because we really never got to kind of hone in on that point. I think one of the things that I'm also learning from going to these spaces is that it's like a certain level of like batter that Joe Budden knows how to leave niggas in. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, no matter what I say to y'all, man, Joe Budden has always been good to me. Like he ain't never done no funny shit. They always say yet. That's the consensus. It's no matter what, it's gonna be yet. We've already been used as pawns, which is whatever. It's like we came out. It's obvious who came out on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
which is
not
ironic.
Even on top. It was an even.
Which is ironic because the reason why Joe Budden reached out is because we said something mean about him.
Literally.
But to your point.
But it depends. It depends. That might have just been his mastermind minding your master. Nigga.
Yeah. He waited until we said something mean about him so he could feel the way you feel.
I just think this is one of the biggest
emotional abuse.
I think this is one of the biggest things is that like I think people, I don't know how else to put it. These niggas, people that if I say I ain't got no problem with Joe, that's a problem. That is a problem.
Because now you look funny.
Right.
Because it's the only way to be cool around Joe is to do grimy shit with him. That's what your hands got to be as muddy.
It's almost like that's how it seems.
Yeah.
And it's, you think you're good, it just hasn't happened to you yet. See, this is the thing. I don't think anybody's naive to where like Joe couldn't just one day just be like, fuck Menace Material and fuck Homeroom. I feel like we all collectively know that could happen at any fucking day, right? None of us care. That's the most important thing. And as of right now, if there is a nigga that hasn't done nothing to me, I can't tell you he's done something to me.
You want to know what it is? The reason why, like, I don't think people understand how little these niggas matter to like our business. You know what I mean? Like Joe has no say in our business.
No.
So if Joe says fuck Menace Material one day,
it's up. The next episode
is gonna do us a favor.
What?
Like it's not like our contract's gonna cancel with Joe. But Joe, what nigga? What?
Come on. And then
there's no contract.
It's just
same thing with you were a pawn. That's the only reason why you came up there. Well, thank God that he hates y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Like, shout out to the beef. Shout out to the victims of Joe Budden. Yeah. Because they might have assisted us in getting up there and helping out what the fuck we got going on.
Your downfall with this nigga led to our upfall.
Uprise.
Yeah. Whatever.
That's what good relationships are supposed to do.
I feel like
I'm not supposed to be getting drained by you from being in a circumstance with you.
But 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But it's at the
just go. Let's just go.
Hold on, but
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Some type of timeout.
It doesn't matter.
I'll go sit at that desk. I promise.
But long story short, it's like being a pawn within somebody's game is not always bad. All of us are playing games, bro.
Yeah.
There's all a certain level of game. With we're playing the Menace Material game. Y'all playing the Rory and Mal game. You're playing Danny's playing the Danny from the Stop game. Joe is playing the Joe game. Joe's game just is like this, like with the, what do they call these niggas? The puppeteers or whatever.
Puppeteers.
He just has so many fucking branches off of his just issue tree. You know what I'm saying?
He's a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
I hand up the But he got the hand. Joe Budden got his hand up a couple people's asses.
Yeah.
You in timeout too, nigga.
Yeah.
No, that's no,
ridiculous.
Could have said a puppeteer.
Why? But that's like you
ventriloquist.
Puppeteer. Just use that.
Yeah, but you could have stopped there because we know where they put the hand, but you ain't had to describe it.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If you've heard these spaces, they talk about Joe like.
Oh man.
They talk about Joe like I've never seen.
They said Joe's our guy. Though.
I think they need to take what we do, nigga. Like they might do a better job. That's a joke.
No, they won't.
That's a joke. Calm down.
I
but
know,
you get the point. Like these niggas talk about
I'm
Joe
glad you
Budden.
said that. This thing, you know what also happened? I also still getting frustrated because y'all already know how I feel about the spaces. It's like I need y'all side characters to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Don't say that. You got to call them out, my nigga.
It depends on the side character.
Call them.
It depends.
Because especially in that spaces in particular, I feel like it was nobody that was really there that was unnecessary.
No, none of that was unnecessary, but there were moments, especially towards the end, but it was like, Rory's not even arguing his point. You're arguing his point for him. Let this nigga say what he wants to say. It's like,
Yeah.
he might not have nothing to say, or he might have had everything to say, but I can't hear it because now I'm listening to you fucking explain what he means. No, tell that nigga can explain to me what he means.
Like Rory does.
You know what I'm saying?
once you
I
start-
don't like that shit. It's like Slick does it a lot. No disrespect, because I think Slick is decent and he's good in spaces. But it's like I don't need you to always repeating and just breaking down it. No, that nigga can tell me, or this person can say it. You know, like in layman's, they can articulate themselves.
Like let
That's
him
the
load
job
his.
of the moderator.
Yeah, bro.
Let him load his own firearm.
Yeah,
like, the
Danny's
nigga don't
good
need
at it,
help.
but it's like some people it's just like it's too much, bro. It's like it's too much. If I'm supposed to be talking to this nigga, it's whatever.
There's a certain balance that goes into it, but you know,
Yeah.
ultimately they be having information. Sometimes they be having useful information. This one they had it.
Sometimes they might have useful information for if you're like looking at for the winner. Like if you're in there trying to like win the debate, right?
Oh, okay.
It's like I didn't even have that information, but thank you for throwing that out there for me, nigga. I can use that. I can attach myself to that point.
Trying to
Got
win
somebody
in
fact
space.
check.
Yeah. But
Jesus Christ.
overall, man, this thing is interesting. Rory's cool, man. I think we'll link up.
Rory is an interesting character.
Who knows?
How can niggas call us weirdos and want to link up, exchange numbers?
Because that's.
But you
look,
like weirdos?
No.
You got a weirdo fetish.
You live
Rory?
by the sword, you die by the sword. We're eating what we sow, nigga. Like this is exactly what
That
is
was
supposed to
I
happen.
think that
You
was
sow your food?
I think that was
No,
supposed to be
but
a
you get
sunny
what I mean.
moment. I think. I don't know.
You think
Or-
it's supposed to be a what?
I don't know. I have a hard time beat. Would you?
I don't know.
Or it's just.
I think that was supposed to be like some sunning moment. Like I already won this debate, but I'll do your podcast. I think that's all that was.
Oh, like he throwing us
yeah.
some used meat.
yeah, something like that. But at the same time,
He
it's
worse
like,
I don't think so.
But at the same time, it's like
I think Rory is too smart for that. I think
too smart for what?
I think Rory, especially after dealing with Joe, like he's become hardened. Like Joe Budden was like his boot camp. I think he was reasonably upset just because it's like the idea of what we do. But outside of that, personally, like because everybody seems to fuck with us on a personal level, it's just we talk a little shit. You know what I mean? We might.
Well, I think now too, because it was like there was that one. It started off with him trying to get his shit off, or him getting his shit off, because it's just get your shit off, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But then he was like halfway through, like trying to have he's like, no, I'm trying to have a real conversation. Like, is this sustainable? And I'm like, nigga, like, we were supposed to be like just talking like, yeah, let's talk about our channels now. This is weird.
You didn't
I
want to bomb with Rory?
I think you took it. Did you take it too personally?
You took it too personal.
No, I didn't take it personally. It was I just didn't give a fuck once I realized we both don't watch each other's content in full. I didn't give a fuck anymore. It was like I genuinely don't care.
Kind of clocked out.
Yeah, because it's like, oh man, I'm just kind of going back and forth with somebody that feels like this. Because like I said, I took the time and watched every clip that we've ever had about Rory and Mal, and it was always balanced. So that's why I was like, oh okay, it's just. We don't watch each other's content. That's fine. I don't have a problem admitting it, but you had to ask, was it just a hate fest at the Control the Juice episode? It wasn't. It was a positive and it was a hate fest. It was a party of two. It was a beautiful party of two worlds.
You would think they say gingers are like the closest thing to niggas that aren't niggas. You would think he would have.
Is that what they say?
They say gingers are the white. The
They said it
niggas
about
are black people.
About
the
the
niggas
Irish, not just gingers.
But
It's the Irish.
Irish are.
Which They happen to be ginger sometimes.
Sometimes.
I feel like majority.
But
of
it's
the time,
nothing
but
about
okay.
being redheaded that makes you tougher. It's nothing.
That's debatable. This ain't the podcast for that, though.
I mean,
But,
it can turn into it for a couple
Continuing,
seconds.
but continuing,
Ooh,
continuing. I don't feel like arguing about white people right now. But continue about the Joe Budden and like Danny. Do you think Danny has like purposely been accumulating Joe's, you know what I mean, past enemies for all intents and purposes?
No, I don't think so. I don't think consciously. It's just hard to not make it look like a op link up session when you have so many people that
so
don't
many
like
ops.
you have so many ops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's so many.
But in Joe's head,
You see me kicking it with these niggas. It's like, yeah, this looks like an op link up session. It's whatever.
but I wonder what Joe thought their relationship was. You know what I mean? Like, what did Joe think their relationship was like? Yeah, we cool, but like, nigga, I'm above you because it's like I'm Joe Budden.
Yeah, that's always.
And you should
I mean,
always,
That's
fa-
always. That's
and you
always the
should
energy.
always fall in line
For sure
with
yeah.
our
100%.
program.
That's pretty safe.
Because
to
he's
say.
on our team.
100%.
So
and
you-
when Danny won't fall in line with the program,
And Danny, for all you know, he's linking up with niggas. He's talking
linking
to
up with
niggas.
the ops.
He's linking up with the ops.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
So
It's cool.
it kind of makes sense for Joe Budden to just be like,
Everything makes so much sense. It's just strange when it's like selectional outrage kind of thing too. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, man, the whole linking up with the op shit, that's crazy. But honestly, sometimes being up on them stages, man, once they start talking a crazy way, I'm like, I'm getting the fuck up out of here because what's the point? I don't hate this nigga.
Yeah.
Did you tell
I
him
think
that
it-
though?
Did I tell
It
what?
wasn't necessary to tell. Like
Did I
you don't-
tell them that
All
I
things
don't-
are necessary to
Did
tell.
I-
Nah,
you
it
said-
wasn't.
what are
because
you asking? Did I-
You talking about? He's asking. Did you tell Rory that you didn't hate him personally? And I don't. It wasn't necessary.
I told the whole room that.
It wasn't necessary.
That,
Yeah, I'll tell
first of
them.
all, when you're having a conversation, especially things like this, all things have to be said.
All things have to be
All
said.
things have to be
and
said.
speaking of that point, I do think it's a coincidence that Danny just happened to be linking with all like the legion of Joe Budden.
Right.
But I wouldn't put it past Danny
I wouldn't either.
because Danny is a secretly cunning motherfucker.
He is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He doesn't like sharp angles
idiot.
on his face, but there's some sharp angles in his head for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, in his content for sure. Yeah. Danny ain't no idiot. So yeah, it could be. It works both ways. You can look at it either way, even objectively. You can literally, honestly view it from both sides.
What do you think? Do you think Danny and the
No,
back?
no. I don't think that it was. But it's like, how do you?
But
tell?
why not though?
The
If
only
you're
re-
Danny,
The only reason I don't think that is because nigga Tax Stone wants to jump in this Twitter space. Like Rocky Thunder's in here all of a sudden, and she's like, "Yo, I can bring Tax Stone in here." Why would Danny ever say no? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that'd
Like,
be
it's,
weird.
It's like if he
Yeah.
said no, that would be weirder.
Either Joe Budden is gonna turn on him, or the people who watch Danny are gonna turn on him. And if you
Yeah.
had to choose, it has to be Joe.
I can't
'Cause
imagine
you of
being,
the people.
Yeah, I can't imagine being in the audience and just Rocky Thunder requesting to speak. And she's like, "Yo, Tax was to come in," and I'm just being like, "No." I'd be like, "What the fuck is happening right
What
now?"
you
Like,
scared of,
Yeah,
Danny?
like what the
Yeah.
fuck? You better get this nigga in here. I want to
You
hear
better
this.
show love to that your
So, yeah.
Hispanic brethren.
Yeah, so
and I do think in
think
a
it's
weird
kinda-
way,
yeah.
it's kind of like advantageous for him and Joe to like really hate each other. Like,
I think it's best too.
I just it makes more sense. They like as a
Well,
they
this-
don't need to be that close.
I don't think that they have to hate each other, but
Well,
there
hate is a
there has
strong
to be
word.
some level of separation.
it has to
Absolutely.
It has to be.
be boundaries, nigga. Boundaries.
100%. And this is what I also think too. I also think that I think Danny navigates it well in terms of how frequent he would talk to Joe Budden. It's like, bruh, Joe Budden gave us a great opportunity. We went up to New Jersey. Rory also said, Joe don't fuck with them no more. I don't talk to Joe like that. It's like, and I'm not pressed to talk to Joe like that. You know, it's like, I'm not asking for favors. We don't ask for handouts. We don't ask for favors. I'm not trying to key and maintain. There's no ill relationship with him, but I'm also not like once a week being like, hey, Joe Budden, how's your breakfast? You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that either. You're like,
And even then, like so I don't want to say that, but it's kind of stupid to say, oh, he doesn't fuck with you no more. Like, nigga,
like, what
you a
the
grown man too. Why were you saying that?
That was kind of crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was
Like-
kind of crazy. He don't fuck with them no more. I was like, what?
What are you talking about?
Okay. I don't. It's just strange, man.
Yeah, what are we supposed to do? A weekly FaceTime call, just check in?
Yeah, monthly
You know what
check
I mean?
in. What up, Joe? You
But
good?
it's
It's
we still on your
different, but
good
this
side.
is completely different for Rory
But when
because
you
their
have that-
relationship.
When you have that, and then this is another thing that I also realized too is I said, Dan, we talked about Rory and he has a lot of ops too, like academics, Joe Budden. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. Like academics came up at some point. And I was like, oh damn, I forgot. Him and academics hate each other. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
This is another sore spot.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
but-
kind of hard to forget though, just based off how hard Ag went. He used to ride.
I forgot it completely.
Nah,
Me
he used
too.
to. He,
No,
nigga,
I forgot, nigga.
We've had moments on this podcast when we was covering it, like, yo, this is pure hate. He literally wanted to see them fall down so bad.
I forgot.
Okay.
no.
I genuinely forgot. But you know, all you
Yeah.
niggas
There
that
was a
got,
point he wouldn't even address them properly by their name.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Rory.
Yeah, Rory and Mal.
Millie
But yeah,
Mal.
in the 20v1 versus Joe Budden versus everybody. I think I think Danny's gonna be completely. I think everybody's gonna be fine.
Why
It's
don't
just-
light skins have friends?
It's just honestly, who gives a fuck? When has it not been 20v1 against Joe Budden? I mean, this is like when has it not been that? I feel like this is the same story.
I think that's the only way he can win.
But that feels like
Joe
his
Budden
mo-
can't just fight one nigga.
feels like his most comfortable position, bro. Just 20 niggas hating him at a time, or based on my list, 12 niggas hating him at a time. And I'm sure this list is short.
And it's crazy because
That's
it's
not
like,
even including artists.
man, that's not including like nigga dealers that you ran off on or whatever. But
There's a
it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because that's happened. That's happened. I saw it. But it's funny how like there's nobody that's just middle ground with Joe.
No.
It's just like, yo,
Yeah, I feel like
I
we're
don't
I
really.
think we're as close as it gets.
I think we're as close to middle ground.
and this is perfect.
Because he
this
hasn't
is
done.
perfect.
Because he hasn't done nothing to us.
Because he can't.
Yet.
What can he do?
Yeah, let's never
Yet.
forget. Let's never
Don't forget the
yet.
yet.
How
Yeah.
can
he's used us. Do you feel used?
We were pawns.
first of all,
You hold on,
Let's be honest.
real quick. You was a pawn in another man's game.
it's hard to feel like a pawn when you got tricked on.
Pause.
That's exactly how to feel
Pause.
like
Ooh, the pause.
Whoa,
is a
Nah,
Whoa.
nah, we doing it. We doing it.
No,
We're going
you
there.
doing
We
it.
doing it.
You did
You
it.
couldn't afford that hotel in your best fucking year, nigga, and that year hasn't even happened. I know you can't afford
Act
that
like
hotel.
you've been somewhere, nigga.
It's still, nigga,
What
you
is
get the
your
point.
problem?
You get the point.
Nah, I don't get the point. I'm
But,
not going to do another man's bidding because he put me in a nice bed. That's crazy. That's what you just said. That's what you just fessed up
That is
to.
what you just said, actually.
So y'all ain't enjoy that
Justin-
free bed.
Justin, yo, hold on.
What about the free breakfast,
Yo.
nigga?
It was
What's
continental and it was delicious.
And we got free tickets. We got free breakfast tickets, nigga. Let's not act like. But look, this is the problem.
Let's act like we've been somewhere before.
Joe.
Let's act like we can afford the couches we sitting on. nigga. Come on, Justin. Damn it.
Nigga, with your business card, fuck you. But this is the problem, right?
Where's yours?
It's in the mail. But it is
Lying, nigga.
it is funny, man. It's just like, man, I
feel
hate
bad.
Joe
I
Budden
do feel bad for the people who have bad stories. from
because
him.
all of them are true to that person.
And some of them we've covered how true they were.
Yeah.
So it's like, y'all niggas have the reason. It's just like, I don't know.
But you know,
Actually,
and
those
it
stories
might
are the
be-
reasons we treat Joe the way we treat him. Like,
And it might be unfortunate, right? Because it's like, look, I mean, the only people that have like that can say they hate Joe Budden is people that they allowed him to be in a position where they could be fucked over by him.
Yes,
You get what I
pretty
mean?
much. Yeah, honestly.
That is true, but,
No, that's
that
a great
doesn't,
point,
but
yeah.
that doesn't take away from the fact that a
You
nigga
fucked
is
him
taking
over.
advantage of
Of course,
vulnerability.
For sure.
of course,
Alleged.
of course, but
And
also
and confirm sometimes.
also accountability.
Yeah.
Because everybody said the same thing. Like,
Yo,
oh, it's not going to be
I
me.
compiled a couple. I compiled a couple screenshots of some of the favorite clips that I saw when I went back through the Rory and Mal
Discography.
discography
Because it's so extensive.
of us
man.
talking about them. And
what
these
was
are
the best one?
these are some of the moments that I'm highlighting because they were either so egregious or they were the balance. I thought it was the perfect balance of righteous, just shit talking
Sweet and sour.
Of
sweet
joke and
sour.
justification.
Yeah, it was some
Sweet
really
and
good
sour.
ones. I'm gonna link them in here. The Julian deserved to get beat up clip. Ole was on that episode. Rory and Julian forced through Valentine's Day episode because Mal was missing. That was a good one. What else?
And just real quick, these are moments that
Oh, Savon and Alex lied about the secret meeting. That was an all positive clip
I remember that.
for Rory and Mal.
Yeah, I remember that.
Of course, the most hating Rory and Mal podcast.
Maul's got a few. Maul's got a few clips dedicated to him as
Rory
well.
responds to Joe Budden, "You piece of shit. That was a shame on you." Episode. Yeah, man. So I thoroughly enjoyed the revisionist history. But he did say he did say at one point it was somebody with the braids in the parks of the podcast have said the most egregious things.
But that's too. Well, that's.
It could be either of y'all.
I literally said if we had joined the spaces, we would hurt his feelings.
It could be either of us.
Who knows?
Yeah,
It's probably both of us, and we just merged into one nigga over time. Because
I said the most egregious shit.
yeah, you're definitely the parks of this.
That's insane.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
He's right.
He was right.
What'd I say?
He said.
What Lauren say?
And this was the first Rory and Mal clip too.
Oh, he hated from
It was
the start.
It was the first one. Lawrence said. He said, "Well, I like the new cast because Rory would always suck his." And I was like, "Oh, that goes pretty crazy."
That's what it was.
It was so shocking that you said, "Oh, well, damn."
Yeah.
I was like,
that, Rory, this
I
is
said,
fair.
"Okay, that was bad." Okay,
I shouldn't have said it that way, but there is truth in what I was
Yeah.
saying. I did not like how I didn't feel like he gave Joe proper pushback when I knew he
Yeah.
had things to say. He didn't say them. And that's
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
And as a man,
I didn't
you
like
want to
that.
see another
yeah, but
man
it was just
speak
like,
up.
Yeah. The way I said that was
the fact
kinda
that
wild.
you just said that.
Well, how long ago was that?
That was literally our first Royal Mall.
Exactly.
That
I
was
was a
back
little
when you-
It
green,
was
man. Come
literally-
on.
it was
I was a
green.
little
It was-
green,
It was
man.
literally our
You just
first
got your
one,
immigration
bro.
status.
Come
So
on.
that's why, because
He was a little unruly.
even when Rory had said it
apologize
on
for that.
Spaces,
I
I was like,
apologize for that.
What the fuck has Rory said? What the fuck has white man said that was so crazy? First clip, I said, that has to be it. That has to be. That was the one. It had to be
If
that
I
one.
said those words with the one you bleeped just now, I apologize, my
It had
brother. I
to
did
be
not
that
mean
one.
it in that way. I'm
It
He
had
still
to
sorry.
had
be
his
that.
dreadlocks back then. He was a little bit more egregious.
I have a feeling
More
he did
wild.
have his dreadlocks back then. I feel like the dude with the braids might have been you. There was one. I'm not 100% sure, but it was one moment.
I'll take it.
When I found this really funny, but I could understand why a nigga found this offensive. And long story short, it was you said about Rory, you were like, he misses that good pimping, that good Joe Budden pimping.
That's a sore spot.
And then
That's a sore
we
spot.
bounced off of it about how he missed the blade. We went for like 2 to 3 minutes.
Rory had on a skirt.
You just
It's
it's
some wet
like-
wipes.
So I was like, this is funny. As I'm listening back, I'm like laughing, but I'm like, you know what? If a nigga just like starts doing this shit, fuck them niggas too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause I
Yeah.
get it. So I think those are the two. Those are the main two highlighted moments where I think that's why y'all might have got singled out.
Well, shout out to me and White Man for agreeing on something.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it was cool though. I fuck with Rory, man. Hey, man, when you come into the city, hit me up, nigga. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
nah,
saying?
Rory, you can sit right here. That's
Yeah.
how hospitable we are.
And it definitely ain't no hate, bro. I've actually bigged him up a lot in these clips too. I don't know if you
have.
heard those
You
or the
have.
ones after.
I do remember.
I bigged him up a whole
we
lot.
don't even have to say it. I watched every clip.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
clip that we have is fucking balanced. I stand on
Yeah,
every single
yeah.
clip.
There's only one.
Outside of the most hating Rory and Mal podcast. It's obviously I was doing the most. You know
There's
what I'm
only
saying?
one particular individual who can say without a shadow of a doubt that we've covered him with no objectivity. There's only one person that can say that.
Not,
And
he can't even say that.
well, he can because of how it turned out. But
Now
when it
he
started
can.
off,
It was
he
pure.
couldn't have said that.
Yeah.
It was pure. It was
Yeah,
fair.
it was pure. Yeah.
But you took it a different place. But we ain't gonna say your name because we won't do that with Voldemort's.
All right, let's get the fuck off of this because God forbid Rory said we dedicated half the episode